complete. My brain is utterly fucked.
Hello and welcome and good evening. Thank you very much for the subscriptions. I've updated the subscription alert box. When indeed. Apologies for being... Killian and Neversight convinced me to play Fortnite with them. And I was playing Fortnite with them right up until a moment ago. And I had a glitch where I was stuck in a boat and I couldn't get out of the boat. And we still weren't. Very cringe. Very cringe. Cringe to have friends. Cringe to play games online. Tonight we are going... Shall I get big? Shall I get big or shall I get multiple? Welcome to Hansard Mania. We are going to be looking through the Hansard and we are going to be finding the stupidest, weirdest and most arcane terms we can find in 200 years of British parliamentary history. We are going to be going on our hands and knees with a little spoon through Hansard and digging out any little weird words. With that in mind, let's waste loads of time. Actually, I don't want to be Mr. Tempo. Let's waste lots of time, but as and when you wish, please let me know what you'd like to submit into what we intend to search through today. We've got a couple of the overlays, and we're going to be betting, and it's going to be overlaid differently, and it might look and feel good. Might also be faff. I don't know yet. Someone joined the Discord and DM'd me something to search in the Hansard, and I said, yes, okay, I'll make a note of that, and I'll look through in the next Hansard stream. And they DM'd me back and said, this is misinformation. Thank you very much for the resubscription, Capcoms. Okay. I think Neversight asked for Victory Royale. Let's get all the little me's gone for a start. Should we want to stay? Yeah, Teletubbies. So I'm going to roughly do what I did last time. I want a massive list, and then I want to let my instincts guide me to the right search terms. Okay, I've gone a bit. I'm way too red. I'm way too red, and that can't stand. It's because of this. It's because of this screen. I always get my colours right, and then I open up an application. The application looks different. I'm gonna look really too blue when we go back to something else, but for now that's me. I look too red. I'll have to be red. Okay, will you marry me? I'm sure that comes up. Fortnite, Queerfish, Backrolls, Portaloo. Portaloo's going to come up. Someone is going to have died in a festival. Leeds Festival is going to be debated because someone died in Portaloo. Bree's going to have come up because of cheese. Cheese exports was a big Brexit issue. Kendama. Witches, Chegwin, hello Dr. Clem, Ploughman's Lunch, most certainly will come up, Plump and Juicy. Now this is the stuff. I'm going to put that. If I do this, oh, I thought it was do something cool to the text. It's really reminded what makes the text cool. Rainbow, yeah, nice. Thank you very much for the subscription. It is, can you guess what episode it is from? The woke left oven chips because of cheese. Because of cheese. The problem is that I don't think politicians speak in a way that would say because of cheese. They would say like as a result of the cheese, due to the fromage. Oven chips. The woke left, almost certainly. Non-fungible token. Definitely that's going to have come up. That's absolutely going to come up. Rishi Sunak announced via the Treasury that they were going to be doing NFTs, so I'm sure they've spoken about it. I want the music down. Yeah, no problem. An instance of rhyming praxis with taxes. PD, I don't know how I would search that. I don't know how that would how I would find that. Spunk, Hanafuda, Cadbury's Caramel. Probably Cadbury's is a very big manufacturer in the UK, and Cadbury's was taken over by Kraft Foods, I think, a number of years ago. So if they had a reason to discuss the product line, things about products and things which are manufactured, even if they're silly, they'll come up in a very boring context. High-waisted slacks. Britney Spears. I think so, yeah. Suck It Up. Anime. Cthulhu. I'm going to look up Cthulhu and I'm going to look up Cthulhu? Cthulhu? I don't know if the transcription person is going to necessarily know. Large egg. Yeah, that would be really good. Killian, I'm not even going to put that down. You know Amstrad's going to appear on there. That was one of the biggest computer manufacturers in the UK. It will come up and it won't be interesting. Teen Wolf. Pyrokinesis. Yeah, I think we should cast a kinesis. Let's also check telekinesis. Let's also check ESP. Hell's Bells. I think it'll come up, but I'd be curious to see how. Absolute Rotter. Pot Noodle again. I'll be interested to see how it comes up. But any big food manufacturer. Counterfeit sex toys. I don't think they'd be referred to as sex toys in Parliament. I don't think they'd use those specific words. Double denim. Public urination. That will absolutely come up. TED Talk. Dweeb. Remember, the way we played it before is that we're looking for stuff that it's not quite clear if it would be in Parliament, and we're going to bet on whether it appears once. So when it comes to like public urination, absolutely will. Sorry I'm lost. I'm just going to put sorry I'm lost to increase its chances. David Lynch, Super Mario. Super Mario will absolutely come up. Super Mario will be brought up as an emblem to talk about the UK video game industry. And the UK video game industry is pretty big. It's actually a pretty big part of the UK economy. So I'm sure Super Mario will come up in conjunction to talking about that. He who smelt it, dealt it. Flipped the bird. Flipping the bird actually is a phrase, dates back to like the American 1950s. It's referred to a few things, not just doing this, but swearing and a few things. So you might find something from like 60 years ago or so using in a slightly different context. Tulpa, what does that mean, Red? Prestigitation. Stupid hair. Fuck the Magna Carta. I think that's unlikely. Soccer moms. I'm not going to put more vision down. No, I'm not going to put more vision down. Trampoline accident. For God's sake. Yeah, actually, I'd quite like that. I'd quite like to see that. Dead salmon. Now we're talking. I quite like dead salmon. For God's sake, probably has been said, but theoretically it shouldn't have been said. Haunted public buildings. Let's also put ghost. Ghost finder. What do you call someone who finds ghosts? Bad exorcist. That's not going to come up. Under the Cobbles. Yes, it is. La Plage. Metal Gear Solid. Tactical espionage action. I think there's a chance someone would have said Metal Gear Solid, but the idea that they would have included the subheading. Fun at parties. Fun at parties sounds good. Knights Templar, almost certainly. Dogging. That's going to have come up. Surely dogging needs to be talked about. Something feels off. I really doubt the Hansard would ever use ellipses like this. Groovy baby. Tempting. I wanna somehow put it in. I'm gonna put I want to go home. I just want to go home. Alistair Crowley. Ear piercing at Claire's. Claire's no eye. I'm not a big Claire's patron. Hand jobs. Salad fingers. Yeah, I would like to see that. I do want to check on that. I don't always know what the different highlighting methods mean. Sagittarius. I'm way behind. I don't know how far ahead. I don't know how far behind chat I am. Ghost Hunter. That's what I want. Yeah, Ghost Hunter. Where did I put it? Ghost Hunter. That's what I want. Orb. Big cat site. We searched big cats, didn't we? No, we searched big cats last time. Where did you last have it? I quite like that. I quite like that. Did we have fun at parties last time? Did we? Leicester Crowley. Memorial. I mean, it's not going to come up. It's not going to come up. Claire's is with an I. WAP. Yeah, that's good. Happy Tree Friends. My dishonourable friend. I'm certain Dennis Skinner or someone would have said that. Whoops-a-daisy. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Whoops-a-daisy. That's the stuff. You could sort of imagine someone saying it. It would sound mad for it to be in there. Incel. Feel plausible. Chip. I'm going to put Chip Butty. Butties. If we do search it, obviously we just search both. Chip Spice. Certainly it will. As a regionalist manufacturing concern, Chip Spice will have been mentioned in Parliament. Battered sausage. I'm just going to change it for scallop and chips. We got any scallop heads in? The thing I like about a scallop is that you replace what would have been the protein in that meal with just a big chip again. I think that's amazing. I am almost certain Mahari Baka. Yeah, exactly. Buy followers. Is that what that ban was about? Yeah, it is, Jonesy. Is that okay? I've just made a playlist of everything that's sort of been made stream related. I guess when I copied their Sonic HR in, the covers were in as well. Is that okay? Because I can take that out. I didn't meant to put anyone else's work in there. I'm going to be sick. What a personal disaster. Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, I also want to check also the blue blur. I like that. I quite like that. Shut that door. Henderson's relish has been debated in Parliament. There was an issue about whether or not the design of the bottle was to confuse consumers with Lee and parents. So I already know the debate in which Hendo's has come up. But I think Henderson's actually came first. So the minister is making an argument is being thick. I'm on top of the world. Cracks me up. I'm having a whale of a time. I love it here. I love being an MP. I love voting. Can we turn the heating up? Stuff like that I think is funny. Jurassic Park probably will have been. It's a massive, massive film. I wouldn't be surprised if it came up. You'll like it not a lot. Beyblade I would be interested to see. I'm also going to put one in for Stretch Armstrong. Devious Lick. Pikachu. Pokemon is like one of the 4th biggest intellectual properties in the world, next to Disney and Star Wars and stuff. Pikachu would have been sad. Not like the other girls. Not like the other girls. I'm also going to put in not like other girls. Talking Mongoose. Terry Wogan would have been sad. Trouser adjustment. That's why we stole all that money. That feels a bit too far-fetched for me. I don't think... Because you've got to imagine, right, that the ideal one would... If you put it to people, was this said in Parliament, the bets will be like split down the middle. And if you can imagine that, then it's a good suggestion, I think. Disgusting Troll. The Skylon, don't know what that is. The only good Tory. I'm here with all my friends. Bubble bath. This is lovely. Top banana. I like that a lot. I'm having a lovely time. You know, like in Avatar, I just can't believe it. I think these are too far-fetched. Peter Kay will have been talked about. He is, I think, the highest earning living comedian in the UK. Maybe next to Michael McIntyre. He will have come up. He, you know, him doing a show in a city centre's like a football match being on, so it would have been mentioned. Where's the cue ball going? I don't see it personally. Rabid Hellhound. The terrible news. What happened to Princess Diana? Oh no, that would have been talked because there was an inquest, wasn't there? There was actually an inquest launched. So I actually remember someone would have asked that. You wouldn't get away with that today. You can't say anything these days. I really want to know if that actual phrase has been said. Just normal men. Just innocent men. Gunging. Zorbing. I also want to put zorbing accident. To me, to you is very good. Although, again, I think some MPs trying to spice up their speeches with these little cultural references, and especially if they wanted to make fun of, they say it's Prime Minister's questions, and it's like, oh, they're like Chuckle Brothers over here, to me, to you, and I could just really imagine it coming up, but in a really boring way. Don't talk to my wife. I also want to include, don't text my wife, and don't email my wife. Like and subscribe. A funny thing happened on the way here. These are all good. My curvy wife, I also want to put... Yeah, we're getting onto the good stuff here. I've trained you all well, and now... You know when you just start opening up the slurry jar, the slurry sluice, and it comes out a bit weird, and then it starts flowing clear slurry. That's where we're at now. Grade A slurry. I also want to include wife guy. I think somehow we got a wife guy. We're going to get those together. Look, we're in Rainbow Land. Look how many good ones we've had here. Look at this guy. I'm walking here. The only right-wing comedian, Jambo, did get to wife guy in the end. Himbo. Honestly, these are all really good. Did we do Chugi in the end? I think we did, and it didn't come up. Entitled White Man. Yeah, maybe. I mean, given the breadth of stuff they talk about in Parliament, this wouldn't surprise me, right? I know Parliament's fundamentally right-wing, but there's a couple of people who might bring this up. Just for saying your English. Let's try and get it the shortest. Just for saying your English is what I'll search, because the shorter we get it, the more chance that it's going to come up. I'm not putting the Statute of Limitations in. Skeletor. Yeah, I am actually curious. I'm going to put that in this highlight. New genders. That's... Come on. You know they would have talked about this. You know those are turfy MPs. They're going to talk about how there's 1,000,001 genders. Flaccid penis, glans penis. I don't know. I just don't know if that's the route I want to take the stream down. Put that down. That's good. This is the route I want to take down the stream. Don't at me. I don't want to hear this track. This track sucks. What I have done is I've just put everything in it, regardless of whether or not I like the track. I don't like this track. What else we got in here? Yeah, this one's upbeat. This was fun. Grade A slurry. Good slurry. I think podcaster would have come up. Divorced guy energy. Yeah. It's like I want to get the most plausible one. I want to search very divorce. And I also want to search bad vibes. Harambe, yeah, that's great. I'm gonna stick that in. I love how much rainbow we're getting now. I was so judgmental before. Smorgasbord of policies. I think even if it came up, I can't imagine it being funny. Girl bar. We searched girl bars last time. Please put that away. Put that away. Honestly, I think we're here. We're in Nirvana here. Big Bay's the name of the bell. I can just imagine. I can just imagine. Stop saying sorry or stop apologizing. I'm just gonna search the face of God. The shorter it is, the more likely. Divorceable. Human puppies. Good energy. Are you mad? That's too American sounding for Parliament. I think. Are you angry with me? And we could find plus variance. Oi oi. Even if that was said, I don't know how it'd be spelt. Coked up. Off his face. I'm absolutely livid. Almost certainly has been said by some dame in the 50s. That was me saying hello, but that's the list. Ah, yeah, I see. I no longer can distinguish. Okay, I think it's time to start getting some of these going. We've got more than enough. Shall we start at the first rainbow on the list? Plump and juicy. Jambered, or how many sitting mods have we got? Jambered, could you set up a predictions on plump and juicy? We are going to search Hansard for the phrase plump and juicy. In 200 years of British parliamentary debate, has any representative ever said plump and juicy? Okay, how's it looking? Oh yes, it's working. But that's clear enough. I guess I thought it would have a black background, which would have been nice. But it doesn't. Unless, what if I were to put some sort of background, or it would yeah, could I put a background on this? Oh, I don't think so, actually. I don't think so. They were for more vision. I'd forgotten. I'll put them back. I re-enabled everything, but then forgot to actually let you. Forgot to actually let you trigger them through Twitch. Let me do that as fast as this will allow me. Okay. Okay, they should all be back now. Well done. Thank you, Sharple Garble. Always good to see some new faces in chat. I love to see this community grow from strength to strength. Okay, let's get ourselves into the Hansard. Okay, so the first thing we're going to search is plump and juicy. In 200 years of British parliamentary history, has anyone ever said plump and juicy? I've written plum there. Personally, I think no, and I didn't actually see where the votes landed on this. Oh yeah. Dates from 1800. Let's just go from 1600 to now. Hi, Martine. I went for no. Who voted for yes? Bad.exe. I can't tell, because again, so much of this is about manufacture. And so if they're talking about the quality of fruit, I think it's plausible. We're talking about 200 years. People talking all day long across two chambers. Has anyone ever said plump and juicy? Here we go. Was I wrong to set it from 1600? Does that confuse things? Previously said 1800. It still says loading results here, but this looks like a. It looks like a no. But yeah, it's no. It's never been said. What happens if I take the speech marks out? Just to check we're using the site correctly. We can check juicy and plump for completionism's sake. But I wouldn't count towards the victory. Huh. Just the word juicy then. Surely someone said juicy. Yes, juicy has come up a lot. The first time juicy was said in the Hansard is 1852. Should we find that out? Should we find that one? 1852. So it is. The site's working. $18.52. Huh? Oh, you've moved me to 1843 for reasons I don't understand. Thank you. So, William Molesworth. Juicy. It was composed of plants so juicy a nature that flame would not communicate from one plant to another. Too juicy to burn. Great. Yeah, it has never come up. Which is the juiciest year? Too juicy to burn. Oh yeah, I've got to go back to this. 2022. In which year has juicy been said the most in Parliament? Oof, by a landslide, it's 1962. People just couldn't stop talking about juiciness. The site's been a bit slower today. I think maybe my TikTok celebrity has caused overall more traffic through the Hansard site. What can I do? I can't get it to bring up. It doesn't matter. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, that's plump and juicy. No. For God's sake. Mods, can I have a prediction on has, for God's sake, ever washing up liquid? Has the phrase, for God's sake, ever been said in Parliament? While it's not the same film, More Vision is now up and available on YouTube. I think it's worth a watch regardless. Ooh. How are people voting on this? Hi Bird.exe, thank you so much for triggering the welcome bear. It's great to see some new faces in the chat. I love to see this community go from strength to strength. What's More Vision? We do not yet know. Everyone is just saying yes. I think probably yes. I know when I say things like this before voting has ended, I influence the vote. But I think surely it's such a common phrase. Someone would have said it. Sunlight lemon washing up liquid. My lords, it has a picture of a juicy lemon, but immediately below the juicy lemon, there is depicted a foaming sink filled with washing up. And that was said by Lord Windlesham in 1971. If the predictions was moved down, they'd be easy to read. I don't know, it feels like if they move down, they're even... I can't even move them now. They've gone. The screen's filled with text. The best I can do is make them very big. Let's just make them very big. So they'll be easy to read because they're huge. Okay. I'm remembering what we're doing. Okay. Has the phrase, for God's sake, ever been said in Parliament? Almost certainly. I feel like this is the no-brainer. I don't know why I was so interested in this question now. It's going to be yes, it's been said hundreds of times. The green buttons. I don't remember what it looked like now that it's gone. Hansard is an actual word. It was named after the man who decided to start writing down parliamentary debates. But countries that were once part of the British Commonwealth, like Australia, I can't remember where, maybe Canada, they also refer to their system as Hansard as well. So it's become a more general term. There we go. It has been said 942 times. At the top, for God's sake, sit down, man. God, regarding to the United Nations sanctions of Southern Rhodesia, fucking hell. For God's sake, do not compare American unions with ours. For God's sake, go. For God's sake, rise above it at this moment. Thank you, Blackwater Park. 444. You're right. What is the first time? 1803. This will be one of the first. One of the first entries I will have read in the Hansard. In Hansard. What? I'm sure it showed up 1803. Okay, go back to the master results. 1803, count 1. Yeah, I want to view all the results, but I would like to view them. I don't understand the order they show them in, because they are not in chronological order. And I would love them to be. So the best thing you can do is look when it is, and then just search that within your date range. So I guess I'll put 1804, and then it should have one result. Great. This is the first time. Well, not the first time it was said in Parliament, really. It's the first time it was recorded. Gods. Yeah, this person begged for God's sake to be pulled up again. They did not call spirits from the vasty deep which refused to answer to their bidding. On the contrary, the honourable gent had no sooner begun to try for this zeal, had hardly begun to sink this well, before the national feeling rose so fast upon them that they found themselves in danger of being overwhelmed by it, and begged for God's sake to be pulled up again. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Army estimates. I don't know. This is from over 200 years ago, so it's just hard to understand. What? Oh, I didn't. I resigned myself to read one sentence. They no sooner turned this cock than it spurted in their faces. They had nothing to plead, therefore, on that score, that the country did not second their efforts, that it withheld its assistance, that it kept back its milk, as it were. Well, there you go. That's the first time "for God's sake" has been said in Parliament. I really missed the best bit there. I decided to ignore all the text apart from this one sentence. Very foolish of me. Okay, we've got a lot of predictions to be doing. The last prediction can be resolved. It was yes, for God's sake, has been said almost 1,000 times. Fun at parties, I think we did do. Dead salmon, I think it's going to come up in manufacturing. Where did you last let's do whoops-a-daisy. Can we have a prediction on, has whoops-a-daisy ever been said in Parliament? What should I do with this? I like having it as an overlay, but I just don't know where to put it. It just needs its own background. How many spellings of this are you trying? Okay, what do you think are all the reasonable spellings of Whoops-a-daisy? Oops-a-daisy, whoops-a-daisy. Oops-a-daisy. Oopsie-daisy. Oopsie-daisy. Okay, we'll try all of those. We'll try all of those. Make a bunch of clear lines at the bottom of the list and put the poll there. But sometimes I'll be on the Hansard screen. I could even flick to the Hansard screen specifically for this bit. Oh no, I need to write down Whoops-a-daisy spellings. It goes down before you do the Hansard, yeah, but I could. This is a special one because I need to be writing during it because people are telling me whoopsie daisies. Okay, so how did the voting go? People are voting on "Has for God's sake ever been said in..." Oh, it's gone. Okay, so we're going to try all of these spelling variants. If one of them comes back with anything, then it counts and you get the reward. Okay, let's try get this back to 2022. Whoops-a-daisy. I think it's very unlikely, but you only need one person to say it once, you know? Okay, no whoops-a-daisy. I do think that was your best bet, but oops-a-daisy's up there. Oops-a-daisy has been said in Parliament once in 2015. We have one oops-a-daisy. It's in a finance bill. Oopsie. Oh, there we go. I think she described some of these items as oops-a-daisy products. And if there is a male oops-a-daisy product, it would be 0 rated. So we can immediately see these anomalies in the tax system. Nappies have always been 0 rated because they relate to children. What is this? Is this about sanitary products being subject to VAT and additional tax? It's about... What is it? What is it? How did it get to this? That's Stella Creasy. Huh. That's interesting. Well, there we go. Oops-a-daisy is... Oops-a-daisy appears in the Hansard. It was said once in 2015 by Craig McKinley of South Thanet for the Conservative Party. Yes, it appears. Okay, so we've got the I love it block here. Now, I don't know whether to do these separately or put them in as a bunch. I feel like if we put them into a bunch, almost certainly come through, I think. I love it here. I love being an MP. I love voting. We need to do it one at a time, I think. Okay. So I think let's start with... I love it here. Why do you think it will definitely be there? I can't quite tell. Has any MP or Lord ever said in Parliament, I love it here? I think love will crop up a lot. Yeah, and there's also people quoting other people as well. So they might not necessarily just be saying I love it here and be talking about sitting in the House of Commons. They might be saying, you know, you said this person hated his country, but we read his Facebook and he's always posting the phrase I love it here while posting pictures of Britain's pastoral countryside. Wow, who voted no? I don't know if I get to see that. Everyone is convinced. Okay. You all seem convinced, but I still think it could go either way. In 200 years of parliamentary history, has anyone ever just said, I love it here? Probably, I think. I think probably yes. The results are in. Not that often. Not that often. 3 times. Once in 1982, once in 2018, and once in 2021. Actually, a lot less than I was expecting. The Criminal Justice Bill, said by Baroness Faithful. The Domestic Abuse Bill, said by Baroness Heelick. And the Social Housing and Regeneration Earls Court and West Kensington discussion by Andy Slaughter. I love it here. Okay, this is talking about people living in secure accommodation. Someone's arguing that actually they love being in secure accommodation. A baroness is talking about children in secure accommodation, loving it. I love it here. This is about women's refuges. People prefer the refuge to their previous conditions. Makes sense. I love it here. And what is this person talking about? But they're all quoting people. None of them are saying that they love it where they are. Kind of not exciting in the end. But but now we're on. Well, I think I love this place. We'll turn up the same kinds of stuff, you know? They always say this place, yeah, but I don't know. I think it's funnier to search I love being an MP. What do you think? Has anyone ever said in Parliament, I love being an MP? Now remember, your chances are technically halved because people are not likely to say this in the House of Lords unless they're quoting an MP, perhaps. Okay, so far it's all on no. You don't think anyone said they love being an MP? You might have someone like Mahari Black who when she first became an MP, really kicked up a lot of fuss about how it's shit and horrible and everyone was horrible to her and patronised her. So she could have said, you know, I love being an MP, but you're all a shower of bastards. You could imagine it being used to like say, oh, I do love being an MP, but I hate literally every other aspect of doing it. It's just a theory. Do you automatically get a seat of House of Lords if you're nobility? It's sort of complicated. I think we have eradicated hereditary peerages. So now there are people who can actually be part of the landed aristocracy by blood, but aren't necessarily part of Parliament. But it's not that does not say the House of Lords is better. Now it's just given to rich people rather than the aristocracy. I love being an MP. Has anyone said in Parliament in 200 years? I love being an MP. Here we go. I think probably not. My guess is no. No one's ever said it. No one's ever said it. Everyone predicted no. Phil predicted yes. Josie predicted yes. A walking clock predicted yes. Martine predicted yes. Did seem a bit far-fetched. Would feel like gloating. Well, I think it is proof of hate being an MP. I think they do. Oh, you did say no. Maybe I misread. Oh, it may be part of an old vote. What about Member of Parliament? It's too late. If you want to quibble on alternate phrasings, it has to happen before the vote. You can see the votes in chat. Yeah, I was scrolling. Just yeah, I know, but I scrolled too high up and saw some numbers from what must have been the previous guesses. Okay, I've become disenchanted with the love block. Oh yeah, for curiosity's sake, as a little friendly match, I love being a member of Parliament. I feel probably not, but we'll see. Yeah, it was, yeah. It was said just over a month ago. Referral of Prime Minister to Committee of Privileges. I love being... I am a new member in this place, relatively speaking, and I have probably made a perfect pain of myself to the government over the past 2.5 years, voting against them on a number of issues. But I love this place. And I love being a member of Parliament. Sharble's right. Sharble should get some bonus points. I've seen some of the best things happen when members of this house work together cross-party. When we do that out of lens shot in the back rooms of this place on a range of issues that matter in every one of our constituencies, that does not reach the public, which is a shame. On the 2nd of February, I decided to submit my letter of no confidence. There is no great secret in that. I was fairly public about it. Is this a vote? Is this a Tory vote? No confidence against Johnson. That was great. Yeah, this must have been the guy that sent that letter. Yeah. We're seeing history here. Okay, the love block is paying for itself here. Okay, so we've got one last stop on the love block. Can we get a prediction for I love voting? I think it's been a twisty-turny ride so far. How do you feel about someone saying, I love voting? I'm enjoying calling it the love block. I've twisted the bit of green fabric I put on the back of my chair. It has to be there. See, the thing is, I predicted what that guy was saying. Do you know, like someone saying, I love being an MP and I love this place, but I'm unhappy with X, Y, and Z. That felt like a plausible way for that phrase to come up. But why would you say, I love voting? When would it come up? It feels like a weird thing to say. It's like if you're a baker and you just say, I love making bread. Although maybe if you were a baker, you would say that. Maybe bakers say that every day. Maybe that's just a baker's phrase. Maybe if you go in the back room of any bakery, they're always saying it. Just to each other. You might do, Rickard, but how often do you say it unprompted? You know, you're saying it now to make a point to me. And I'm not buying it. Okay, have the votes come in? Rickard and Martine think yes. Pete Under Leaks think yes. I could believe Rickard says all the time yes, but obviously that hasn't been demonstrated, has it? Because currently he's only said it at a time when he's trying to prove a point. Under special circumstances. Okay. In 200 years of British parliamentary history, has anyone ever said, I love voting? My gut feeling is probably not. I don't know why you would say that. It makes you seem like a child. Once. 2019. You know, when I say no, probably not, and it comes at once, I feel like I'm almost right. I feel like I was almost correct. This was said by Baroness Sherlock in 2019. I am with my noble friend Lord Dubbs and the noble Lord Sherborne. I love voting. I love everything about it. I even love the pencils on the string. Strange. The Lords are strange. Unhinged. Well, I think they should all be saying it. Why has only one person said it in 200 years? That's crazy. They should all be saying it. They should start the day with it. Oh, I love seeing the winners and losers come through. That's a nice visualization. That's gorgeous now that you can actually see it contrasted against a plain background. The love block was good. Love block tip top. Okay, so what was it? No. Yes. Well, no, that was sort of like, no, but I love being a member of Parliament. Parliament did come up. And then just a straightforward yes for here. I want to go for can we turn the heating up? I love it here was said no. I love this place. I love this place came up. Just to be specific. Oh, it was. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was said. It was said 3 times, wasn't it? In some surprisingly dark subject matter. You're right. It was said. You're right. I'm glad you guys are on it. I need to turn off the explosions. Do my head in. Okay. Has anyone ever said, can we turn the heating up in Parliament? Maybe we should also include, can we turn the heating down? Has anyone requested for the heating to go up or down out loud in the House of Commons or the House of Lords in 200 years? Can we turn the heating down? Because I think it's plausible. I think, here's my arguments thinking it's plausible. Number one, there's a lot of old people in the Lords who are really rich and probably just say whatever they like. And I think when you get older, your heating requirements become more specific. And so people just being like, can we just change the heating? I just feel like it would be sad. It's the mixture of age and privilege makes me think people would just switch topic to the heating randomly. What about turning the heating on or off? That's quite extreme. That's quite extreme. Voting's already begun. I think maybe... I think yes is more popular, but maybe Maggie came and dumped an absolute million on it. Yeah, the split seems nicely even. Okay. Right, let's check. Has anyone in Parliament said, can we turn the heating up or can we turn the heating down? Can we turn the heating up? I think down is going to be more likely. But let's see. Can we turn the heating up? No. No one has ever requested to turn the heating up in Parliament. Let's try for down. If it's going to be anywhere, it would be here. We can try on or off as curiosity searches, but they will not affect the results. It has not appeared. Let's do some curiosity searches. I don't know if this should affect the results of the predictions. But turn the heating up has been said 3 times. 2015, 2000 and 1997. However, they're not talking about the House of Commons. They're using it in a larger phrase. And a larger phrase which would not be possible. No, Dominic Cummings, there's a reason why. Look at how it comes up in this 2000 Regulation of Investigatory Powers Bill. The phrase is, if one uses any remote communication system to turn on or off a burglar alarm or to turn the heating up or down in one's home, that is comprised within communications data under Amendment number 83. But that's boring crime stuff. But the original thing we searched was, can we turn the heating up? Or can you turn the heating up? Which could only be about the House of Commons. So I think that could only be used, really, if someone's asking about the heating of the place they're in. Let me just check here. That's talking about infrastructure. That's pension as welfare. Again, yeah, it's not what we're looking for, which is people talking about turn the heating down. We're going to get the same thing here. Yeah, twice. 3 times, sorry. Welfare reform, fuel poverty, renewable energy. Yeah. But I will search for curiosity's sake. I think it's good, Jambud, to clear the prediction. The thing we searched for did not appear. Can we turn the heating off? I think this is not going to come up. No. Can we turn the heating on? No bird.exe, but you're right, but I specifically searched a specific phrase to ensure it would come up in the context that I was interested in. By broadening it, I don't think it would have been an interesting vote because obviously it would turn up within the context of some fuel infrastructure or energy debate. And that's not an interesting vote, and that's not what we voted on. So good day. I'm here with all my friends. This we can consider this more of a spin-off of the love block. In fact, we are on to maybe a secondary love block here. Let's call this love block 2. Just call this love block 1, just so we can find them more easily. This almost certainly not. How, when was the list assembled? This, when I started the stream, I asked everyone to write everything that they thought of, and I wrote it all down. In 200 years of UK parliamentary history, has anyone ever said the phrase, "I'm here with all my friends"? I think this is a stupid one and it's frivolous, and obviously no. I think almost no way. I think there's not a chance. I think there's not a chance. Is anyone coming out for yes? Oh, I wish I could see more of who's voting for what. I can only see amounts. Ah, and then so do you know that it's weighted, right? So you get like a 60% multiplier on your vote if you vote for that it's in the Hansard. Hi, Holes. Okay. Could be a quote. It could be a quote, and we'd accept it because we're not ultimately interested. You know, we have to refine our phrase or phrases or variants. Then we take the prediction, and then if it comes up, even if it's not funny or interesting, if it comes up, we got to accept the result. You know, I'm here with all my friends. Has anyone said, I'm here with all my friends? I'm wavering now. I think maybe. I think it could be a quote. No, never been said. Never been said. Sorry, everyone. I will do some curiosity searches to buddies. And maybe we'll do pals as well. Oh, and I'll do mates. I'm here with all my mates. No, never. Does it need to be quoted? You mean the search? Absolutely. The quotes ensure that those words appear in that order. Yeah, I mean, individually those words have been said because they're really common words. So like if we just pick one at random, you know, my agricultural friends. The person's just saying agricultural friends. Yeah, it's just have those words individually come up in a debate. Yeah, loads. They're really common words. Okay, next one. Congratulations to everyone who said no. And commiserations to everyone who thought that it would appear. Some big rollers here in the winners bracket. Our next vote is going to be This Is Lovely. I'm on the fence. Has anyone said in 200 years of parliamentary history the phrase, "This is lovely"? I could go either way on this one. Probably though, right? Probably. If I had to bet, I'd probably say yes. Not that I'm an expert. Someone voted no and then managed to rescind that. I voted yes because I didn't know the context. We're searching Hansard for what phrases have or haven't been said in Parliament in 200 years. King of Time, you think no way? I think almost certainly. Has been said. Okay. What is it? This is lovely. Is that what we're voting on? Okay, in 200 years, has anyone ever said in Parliament, this is lovely? I'm leaning yes. I think it's just a common phrase. Only said 3 times, though. 1961, 1981, and 2017. Public investment, local government bill, telecommunications infrastructure bill. I do want to know when they were said. This is lovely. And despite this, all the governments say, this is lovely, it is wonderful, this is all we can afford. We must be careful not to spend more than we can afford. But do the government realise if they are too careful in this sort of matter, the country will slip into the kind of decline about which Sir Geoffrey Crowther talked about the other day? Sure. So it's sarcasm, not someone actually thinking something's lovely. You cannot compare one local authority in Scotland with another, the Highlands with Strathclyde, or Strathclyde with the Borders. Every noble lord who has been in local government knows that this is just words, whitewashing a power which should never have been taken. This is lovely! We shall have a good time in this in committee. I hope the government are prepared to give us 2 or 3 weeks in committee. I can only assume that was said sarcastically. I can't quite picture it. It just seemed to come out of left field. Have we got a sincere one? This is lovely. The most extraordinary... Hang on. These presents were, of course, ordered from a well-known, very large internet company, and a gigantic number of them there are too. His everyday necessities are ordered through the internet. There is no longer a requirement to go to the shop. Indeed, it is possible, although I do not have this system myself, to link up the house so that I could turn the lights up and down in his room if I wish. I could check on his welfare through a webcam that I could view on my mobile phone. The most extraordinary and perhaps slightly disturbing thing is that there is a teddy bear in his room. A company called Cloud Pets produces these, and using an app on this iPhone, I can go online and record a message so that when he plays with the teddy bear and presses the button on it, he can hear my voice. This is lovely, of course, on his first birthday. However, the internet is not just something to amuse and perhaps confuse or even slightly frighten. Remember, the internet's not just something that's there to frighten you. You can also use it to talk to your child through a bear. Perfect. Thank you so much, Robert Courts of Whitney, the Conservative Party. Remember, you can do more online than just frighten a baby. That was good. This is lovely. Yes. I'm here with all my friends. No. This is one I've been looking forward to. I think it's a very strong contender. Thank you and congratulations to whoever suggested it. By the way, Jambud, you can cash out the prediction points for This Is Lovely. We did get This Is Lovely. 2 duds. They're all good. They're all good if they're rainbow. If they're rainbow, they're all good. The next one is, has anyone ever said top banana in Parliament in 200 years? Ah, personal duds. However, gambling is just fun for its own sake. Win or lose. Losing, in a way, is even more fun than winning, because when you lose, you have to gamble more, and gambling is fun. How common is that phrase in general? I've never heard anyone say it sincerely. I don't even... I would sort of imagine it being said by, like... a 1950s posh American, yeah, I don't know. It feels like an anachronism. However, we're searching 200 years of debate. Yeah, I hope if Top Banana appears, it was said in 1805. I'm voting wrong twice, so I'm voting no since I want this to happen. Yep, vote against your own beliefs to try and capitalise on the belief that you are bad at voting. I would be shocked if Top Banana is there. I could go either way. Honestly, I think Top Banana is the best one. I think it really, really could go either way. It's very hard to predict, and the phrase is... I don't know where the phrase comes from, really. So I don't have any good instincts for it. All right. In 200 years, has anyone ever said Top Banana in Parliament? Here we go. Yeah. Once. In 2002. We've got one Top Banana. In the... Oh. It was said twice. Once by Lord Saatchi. No, twice by Lord Saatchi. At different times. I guess it was just something Lord Saatchi used to say. Said it once in January and then later in June. Just this one guy. Top Banana. Noble lords may remember that the leader of the House gave a crisp reply to my noble friend Lord Kingsland at the end of a debate on the Parliamentary Act. The leader of the House will have thought carefully with great precision about the choice of the word supremacy. I looked it up and its meaning, and is one that is perfectly benign and that all noble lords could accept as a description of the House of Commons in relation to this House. There are meanings in the thesaurus such as above, greater, top spot, first place, senior, top dog, top banana, outrank, number one. I don't have any problems with the word supremacy because it's synonymous with top banana. Okay, great. Do you have any issues with us describing ourselves as supreme? No, because it just means top banana. Great. Then we've got top banana here. It's the same thing. As a former Attorney General, the leader of the House will have thought carefully and with great precision about the choice of word supremacy. It is different from the word primacy. I looked it up. Supremacy has many benign meanings that all of us would accept as descriptions of the position of the House of Commons in relation to this House, including the following: above, greater, top spot, first place, senior, top dog, top banana, have the last word, outranker number one. He's put in have the last word. And I don't think having the last word is synonymous. I think that's wrong. Having the last word is not synonymous with being top banana. Oh, and here he admits that there is another set of meanings for supremacy, like all-powerful, domineering, dictatorial, overbearing, heavy-handed. So, in a sense, the word supremacy is a bit different from top banana, because you would never say, I hear white supremacy talked about, but I've never heard white top banana. Yeah. Is he in the KKK? Yeah, he's really into white top banana. They're not... You can't interchange them, I think. I think they're different. And I think Lord Saatchi needs to shut up. Okay, so... That was good. Top banana. Top banana... here's one for you. Let me just get big. In a sense, hang on, let me just get my mic. Let me just fix this. Hang on, let me do a good job. Oh no, hang on. Oh no. In a sense, you could say it was a top banana of a suggestion. Did that come through? Did that come through okay? I'm sorry. I think this thing needs a new tripod. No, it's my fault because the lighting's always changing in here. Lighting's always different. Let me smash this up because the sun's gone more down. And I think I need to move the green screen, but I don't need to turn the light up to accommodate for less natural light. I'm just a bad streamer, that's my problem. When I watch my streams and I think, how can I improve those? I think, well, I know what the problem is. It's that I'm bad at this medium. Okay, that was Top Banana. I'm going to put very yes to stress that I had a great time. And speaking of a great time, do you need a new green thingy? No, I need a new brain. I need a new life and skill set. Next vote incoming. Has anyone in Parliament ever said, I'm having a lovely time? It's got all the same confusion of the love block. Are we specifically looking for the phrasing, I'm having a lovely time? Yes. Yes. We could do some curiosity searches, but as you can see, the time for variants is over. Oh yeah. I should remove that track. It's got me screaming in it. That's what I was checking. What's that? I can hear someone talking. And it was me talking about going to hell. But distorting my own voice on purpose. So I shouldn't have turned it up, really. A lot for no. A surprising amount for no. I think it could turn up. I love it here, and I love this place. Both turned up. I know this is a bit longer and a bit more specific. No, maybe you're right. Maybe it won't turn up. Maybe you're right. I don't know. That's why it's a rainbow.
I am Ross Geller from Friends. I illegally procured the hip bond of a Diplodocus. We were on a break. 9/11. What's that? I love dinosaurs.
Hello, Raiders, and welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. And of course, not that anyone here doesn't know who Zaffa Cakes is, but of course, a big shout out. Welcome, everyone. Get comfortable, sit nicely, and let me intro you to what we are doing here tonight. We are doing a stream where we're looking through. It's going to sound shit, but I promise you, it is a good time. We're looking through the Hansard, which is a record of everything said in Parliament in 200 years. And we are just writing down the stupidest things we can think of and then betting, has this ever been said in Parliament? So far, we found out that Top Banana has been said. I'm here with all my friends has never been said. I love it here has been said. I love being an MP has never been said. I love voting has been said once. Ever find yourself searching Top Banana OK UK Parliament website constantly? No one has ever asked for the heating to be turned up or down in Parliament. Thank you very much for the follow. Saucepan Man 77. Andrew James 365. Thank you for the follow. What have we become actually is really good. I'm just writing down everything people say, and the ones that I think are good I'm putting into a rainbow. Donald Robb, thank you very much for the follow. Down here we've got Coked Up, Off His Face, My Leg Hurts, Good Energy, Human Puppies. I quite like What Have We Become. Wagwan. Why anyone have said Wagwan? I bet Wagwan will have been said. I can't think of the context. So we are going to be searching for very divorced, Harambe, bad vibes, curvy wife guy, Orange Blur, thank you very much for the follow, Zorbing accident, don't talk to my wife, don't text my wife, don't email my wife. Thank you very much, King of Time, for triggering the welcome bear. Yeah, last time we did this, our best discovery was that the phrase adult babies has been said once. Thank you, El Semino, for the follow. It was said once in 1947. Someone just went off on adult babies. So our current vote is I'm having a lovely time. Exactly. The adult baby takeover was back on in 1957. Came off, and then... Oh, God, what's his name? The Everton goalkeeper. He put it back on for a bit, and then it's permanently back off. But one day, Neville Southall, Big Nev. Big up, Big Nev. Thank you very much, Mighty Shushbugs, for triggering the welcome bear. I feel like the welcome bear's guns are too loud. I don't know why I gave him guns. So our current bet is I'm having a lovely time. I think most people predicted no. Let's search. In 200 years of British parliamentary debate, has anyone ever said, I'm having a lovely time? What do I think? I think probably 200 years is a long time. It only takes one person to say it. Hey, loading results? Never. It's never been said. No one's ever said it. Sorry, cash out everyone who said no. Gets the points. Oh, a bot. Yeah, there's one for the New York Times, right? Every time a word is said in the New York Times, it's never been said it before. I know one of those on Twitter. Can we try having a lovely time? Okay. We'll just, yeah. No one ever said having a lovely time. Yes. Yes. Having a lovely time has come up 10 times. First time in 1947 and the most recent time of December last year. Let's look at the first and last. Let's look at the first and last time. The first time having a lovely time was said in Parliament was by Viscount Hinchingbrook in 1947. What did he have to say? Lovely time. I should like to ask one question on a curious disposal organisation called the Iron and Steel Disposals, which I suppose is having a lovely time for a short while. I don't know why. Were they given like a tax relief or something? Consular support for British citizens. What does consular mean? Lovely. It is a great privilege and pleasure to move this motion on a very serious issue. Consular support for British citizens. I don't know what that means. If the chair will allow me, I would like to share the experience of someone whose loved one died abroad. You've gone to Paris for the weekend. It's your husband's birthday and you're going to celebrate. You get to Paris and you're having a lovely time. Your son and daughter are there and their partners are with you. Between the restaurant and the hotel, your husband is attacked at random. Oh no. Oh no, and then he dies. Get off. Get off. that turned. That's not a lovely time. I was looking for a lovely time. I don't want to hear about someone being brutally attacked at random and dying. Okay. Yeah, what is consular support? Define consular. Byron. Oh, relating to having consuls in a foreign city, so it's I don't know, just more embassies? I don't know. I don't care really. I just want to find stupid phrases. All right, we got another bet coming up. This is a biggie. In 200 years of parliamentary debate, has anyone used this full phrase, "You can't say anything these days"? I don't know, I'm not sure. You think so? You can't say anything these days? Cast your votes. We've got the prediction thing is live. It will be shown up here. Well, I don't know. Firstly, in Parliament they always talk prim and proper. And I don't know if they'd say this sentence. They'd say, like, you know, in the modern era, cancel culture means that certain expressions can't be said in the public sphere. They wouldn't say, you can't say anything these days. I don't know. But it just takes one person to say it. What I will say is this kind of way of talking and thinking is pretty modern, right? It's only a few decades old. Whereas sometimes phrases turn up from like over 100 years ago. I don't think over 100 years ago someone would say, you can't say anything these days. It'd be funny though. It'd be funny to find it in like 1905. It was like, you can't say anything these days because of the woke left and cancel culture. You can't say, let's impose the Treaty of Versailles on the Germans. We're overestimating MPs. I don't know. I'm a bit of a Hansard trawler. And for instance, when we looked up Top Banana, I knew if that came up, that would be in the House of Lords. I knew it would be the House of Lords, and it was. It was Lord Saatchi. Because that's the kind of mad, posh shit that they'd say. You can't say anything these days. It feels like a Daily Mail thing, right? And I don't think they actually read the Daily Mail and the Tory party. I think they just sort of use it to, like, control the discussion. Hey, Tony. Have we voted? Are we ready? Okay, 200 years. Has anyone ever said, you can't say anything these days? You can't say... Tony, just to give you... just to update you, we're searching the Hansard, which is like a digital record of everything said in Parliament, and we're searching any weird phrases we can think of to see if it's in there. Has anyone ever said, you can't say anything these days? I think no. My gut instinct is no. No one's ever said it. It doesn't sound like something a politician would say. They believe it, and they'll say stuff like it, but I don't think they'll say that phrase. Well done to everyone who was sceptical. No. That was no as well, wasn't it? Okay, let's pick out the funny ones here. I think zorbing accident is a far cry. To me, to you. Has anyone made a Chuckle Brothers reference? You cannot say anything. You mean you cannot say anything these days? Or do you want me to search you cannot say anything? Because that will definitely come up. You cannot say anything will 100% come up. Taking them off to load. Maybe it's been said a million times. 1902. Didn't I say it would be funny to see it in 1902? I want to find the 1902 cancel culture. Oh, the water bill. But they're not going to be saying, thank you, Ib981 for the follow. You cannot say... Yeah, it's people talking in 1902 talk. When you come to the borough councils, you cannot say anything of the sort. No one contemplated about the water supply and so on and so on. That ain't it, Chief. That's how I say it. No, but I don't think they're saying like you cannot say anything of the sort in like cancel culture kind of terms. They're saying If you say we have dirty water in Hackney, well, come and look at our water and it's clean, and then you cannot say anything of the sort because you're wrong. As opposed to like, as opposed to being cancelled, you've been disproven. All right. To me, to you. Would anyone say to me, to you, unless they're making a Chuckle Brothers reference? That's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for an explicit Chuckle Brothers reference. We're voting on it anyway. Can we open up a prediction for, has anyone ever said to me, to you in Parliament? I'm just trying to think of like a phrase or a context. That ain't it, Chief. I think I'll write it down, but I don't think anyone would have said that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it, Chief. 0%. We want ones that are tough to vote on. We want ones that are like on the knife edge. On the very middle of plausibility and absolute lunacy. Could be split over 2 sentences. I don't know. Because if we're searching precise phrase. So if there was a full stop, I don't know if it would bring it up. Orange blur, it's still very brave. It doesn't matter how many channel points you have. You're betting 100%. King of Times, right. This will be of benefit to me, to you, and our country. It does sound strange. But yeah, maybe. You're right, they always say the Honourable so-and-so. This would be of benefit to myself, the honourable members of this chamber, to the people outside, the poor people running around looking for newspapers. All of us. The whole lot. The 3 groups that make up the UK. Me, the people I can see right now, and the poor. Okay. I think it's not going to be Chuckle Brothers. I think maybe we'll get some longer sentence. But has, to me, to you, ever been said in 200 years of parliamentary debate? Here we go. Probably. I think we're going to be let down. I think we're let down, it will be boring. But we never know, though, right? Last time we found Inspector Gadget. What? No, just never come up. No one's ever said to me, to you. In any context. Yeah, that seems really weird. Yeah, the date range is right. 1800 to 2022. Get rid of the comma? Yeah, okay. Nope, just nothing. No one's ever said it. How sensitive is the punctuation? Well, I can put in a semicolon. I think that's... I mean, the Chuckle... I'm pretty sure when the Chuckle Brothers say it, they're not using a semicolon. Nah, it's just not in there. It's just never been said. What about to me and to you? Oh yeah, they don't say you. They don't say you in Parliament. They've got that one of those weird rules. Never mind. It was sent in 1831. I think that's the OCR reader messing up again. Open ink. The Education Milk Bill by Lord Leatherland. The Education Milk Bill, Lord Leatherland's opinion. Lord Leatherland. That's made up for the whole thing. So yeah, before Thatcher there was free school milk policy. It provides us with proteins and calcium and all the other things that may not be essential to me, to you, but are absolutely essential to the child between the ages of 7 and 15. Do we want to see once again a rickety generation of children? I don't need calcium, but kids do. And I don't want them rickety. Whole generation of kids ricketed. Yes, I didn't realise that before. I think of rickety like a rickety old door or a rickety old fence. I guess it comes from actual rickets. You ever been to Electric Leatherland? No, but I did watch the documentary. Have you been to Electric Leatherland, Phil? Just to say, I live in Sheffield, and Phil used to live in Sheffield. And Electric Leatherland is, I think, one of the biggest, what is it, like, swingers group sex buildings. I don't even call it organisation. And I think it's just like off the end of Sheffield around a ring road somewhere. It's I don't know what to call it, club or organisation. Yeah, a .org. .org. To me, to you, no. Okay, next one, and it's a multiple. I think I'm going to group all of these into one. So it's like you're voting on whether any of these appear. Don't talk to my wife, don't text my wife, and don't email my wife. If any of those appear, you'll win the prediction. Do we want to add any more to that, or do we want to add more ways of contacting a wife? Like, just don't contact my wife. I think I should add don't contact my wife. Don't look at my Sure. Don't fax my wife. Don't write letters to my wife. No, we're talking about communication. I mean, yeah, I suppose I put don't kiss, don't hug, don't fuck. Yeah, sure. No, we're talking about communication here. Don't semaphore my wife, don't page my wife. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Don't page my wife. Don't speak to my wife. Do I want to include that? Nah, we've got talk. Oh no, if we've got don't talk to, yeah, we got it. Don't speak to my wife. Don't send a carrier pigeon to my wife. These feel like, I feel like Snapchat, Bebo, and carrier pigeon are a waste of our time. I feel that's just going to be empty time with 0 results. Oh my god. Almost everyone's gone for no. Does no one think anyone's ever said that? Don't send my wife a message request at 3 a.m. Okay. Did anyone vote for yes? Does anyone think that appears? Don't try and sell to my wife. Don't try and enlist my wife's help selling on plastic containers. Okay. We got to search a lot of things here. You voted 50 on yes. Don't talk to my wife. I think one of these, because you're all thinking in terms of like, I think there's some context which would come up which isn't just like my wife's boyfriend kind of stuff. I think one of these will come up, but in a really boring Parliament kind of context. But you never know. You never know. Don't talk to my wife. No. Don't speak to my wife. No. Oh man, those were the big hitters. Don't contact my wife. Don't email my wife. Don't not two. Don't email my wife. Don't phone my wife. Don't telephone my wife. What else have I even got down here? I did that email. Don't fax. Don't write letters. I suppose our best bets are to think of technologies that might have existed in the 1800s. Don't write letters. I mean, that's never going to come up. That's a long shot. I think this is a no. Yeah, I've done them all. Don't fax, don't email. I haven't done page, but I think that's a moonshot. Oh, it says page letters. Don't page my wife. Just my wife. Yeah, okay. It doesn't count for points because I think it's too different. So anyone who's early voting, you're not going to get any points if my wife turns up. Because it's gonna, obviously. My wife 100% is going to come up. Yeah, loads. My wife has been said 7,675 times. My wife was first said in Hansard in 1809 and was most recently said in Parliament on March the 1st of this year. Yeah, I think if the amount of MPs has stayed steady, then it does imply the amount of wives has skyrocketed. Yeah, but strangely, my wife is said a lot, and I think it probably goes along with the size of Parliament, but they just stopped saying it for a couple of years here. Why? What? That's so weird. When did Borat come out? Borat release year. When was the first Borat film? Borat first film. 2006. Oh my god. Oh my god. It stopped in 2005 and they started saying my wife again in 2007. Why? Was it because my wife was such a... What? What? So yeah, I guess this is the opposite. We're not looking for a term, we're looking for why a term stopped being said. Oh, but it must have been Borat. When you think of the words my wife, you think of Borat. Do you think MPs, do you think people in... When my wife started to become a meme, do you think people... Thank you, B&M Bandit, for the follow. Do you think people who were wanting to be seen like proper and taken seriously, there was a year where people were very careful not to say my wife, because my wife was a reference to Borat. And so people would just say, you know, they'd carefully go like my partner, my significant other, so people didn't think they were doing a Borat thing. I just don't think they'd be aware. I don't know. That's so funny. Search for spouse. Yeah, all right. No? You've got the same... You've got the same gap. Look. Oh, the graph doesn't show up when I zoom in. But there is the same gap here. 2006. The my wife gap. My spouse gap. My significant other. No one's ever said it. No one's ever said that. My husband. The old ball and chain. Yeah, I think Hansard was probably just fucked. I think there's just a year that's not on there. Let's just, honestly, I think the way to prove that is just to look up the and see if the gap appears. Oh, I've been stupid here. There's gonna cane it, isn't it? The is a ridiculous thing to search. Let's just search for house or something. Something less common than the house. People probably always saying house. That's politics, isn't it, when you say house? Politics is when you say house. Ooh. Yeah, Hansard was just fucked. I think Hansard was fucked. There's something wrong with the Hansard there. I found I do not know what I should say to my wife, which fits the don't blank my wife. Not quite, though, because don't blank my wife is like telling someone else, don't do something towards my wife. But if you're like, if someone were to say, like, I do not know how to email my wife, that doesn't quite fit. I do not know what I should email to my wife. I think it's different. I don't think you're going to get points for finding it orange blur. Yeah. 2006 Hansard problem. Oh, interesting. Hang on. Yeah. You can view all the House of Commons Hansard from 1803 to 2005. And then there's another bunch of Hansard records that were started up in 2006. So I think there was a time when they just stopped the thing they'd been doing for 200 years and then built a new thing. And I guess there's just this gap where we just don't have a clue what was going on. But we know, but they probably were saying my wife. That is interesting, though. Who was Prime Minister in 2006? Blair. There we go. Now we know what they're covering up. Now, there we go. What are they covering up? You know what. Yeah, you know what was being covered up. Not going to say it here. I don't want my phone tapped. Reckon over any times that people have said synonyms for the scientific names of spliffs? What are the synonyms to scientific names? You mean like... You just mean like slang for weed? Probably. I bet someone would have gone, here's all the street names for the marijuana drug. Spliff, ganja, hash. And it's just someone in the House of Lords just reading out this massive list like Chris Morris. If you have a specific thing you want me to search, though, let me know and I'll put it on the list. I can't promise I'll get through everything. I just read over it and put things I find funny in rainbow. Like and subscribe, I no longer think is funny. I want to do this one. And I'm going to bundle them. I'm going to bundle them together. Do you think anyone in Parliament has ever said, my... Let's get rid of my. Has anyone in Parliament... This is actually a long shot now that I think about it. Have they ever said curvy wife or wife guy? I think it's actually a long shot now I think about it. But it would be amazing to find it. I would love to find it. Yeah, this is either. If we find either of them, you win. No chance. I think probably no chance. I'm shooting for the moon here, IB. Because if we find it, if it comes up, I'm going to be so happy. It's like probably less than 1% chance. I feel like curvy wife could come up. But why would it? I can't for the life of me think of why anyone would say it. They're pigs. You make a good point. You do make a good point. And I also would love it. I would love it to come up in like 1850. And it turns out like curvy wife was actually the name of some old implement for like stoking coals. Like a regional name for like a fire poker. Oh, that's just my curvy wife. Yeah. And on the new finance bill, we have Lord Curvy Wife. Okay, I always forget to actually keep tabs on how the voting's going. Has voting opened and shut for Wife Guy? Are we post vote or pre vote on that? Oh, waifu. I honestly think maybe someone could have done like do you know, like in Japan they call them hikikomori, but like in the UK they'd call them neets, like people who just stay home and don't do anything. And I feel like if there was some sort of moral panic made by a Tory about that, they might be like, and they call these cartoon girls from this Japanese exported animation their waifu. I think it maybe could. I'm interested in waifu. I think that'd be really funny to find waifu. Okay. Tories versus weebs. Wigs and waifus. Okay, so what are we looking for? Curvy wife. Has anyone in Parliament ever said curvy wife? Probably not. Okay, no. This is probably not right, but Wife Guy. Sorry, hasn't come up. I'm happy to look at curvy woman, but I'm going to call it a curiosity vote. I don't think it should affect the outcomes of the predictions. I don't think it's as funny. Curvy women. Once January the 1st, 2010, media images of women and girls. Yeah, so it's, curvy women and older women are often airbrushed away as if they do not exist. Yeah, fair enough. Who's this? Joe Swinton. Huh. Yeah, fair enough. Fine. Good, she's talking about something when she's not killing squirrels. That was Joe Swinton, right? Am I thinking the same person? Daskito, thank you for the follow. Okay. So we didn't get curvy wife. We never were going to. Let's find one that's a bit more plausible. Yeah, she killed a lot of squirrels, and that's why she did so badly in the 2019 elections. It had been uncovered that she'd been killing squirrels for fun with a BB gun. Hello, Museum 13. Welcome to the chat. I'm going to go for bad vibes. So we're going to open, Jambot, if you can open a prediction. In 200 years of British parliamentary debate, has anyone ever said bad vibes? Although if they did, probably 200 years becomes irrelevant. They're probably going to have said it quite recently. Bad vibes. I think maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe this is a stupid one. Maybe there's no chance. If anyone wants to vote along, at the top of the chat, you should see a little thing that lets you vote. Ooh. I can't tell how many people are voting from this. I can just see the amounts. But yes seems to be very popular. And I'm sort of swinging towards no. I don't know. People always quote, right? So you get loads of weird phrases that come into the Hansard because someone's just spoken to a member of the public, and the member of the public said all just weird stuff, weird normal stuff. Well, Orange Blur, I think you're going to benefit from the odds. You're also going to benefit from no is probably the correct answer. Okay, has anyone ever said bad vibes in Parliament? Bad vibrations? You know, maybe someone could be talking about earthquakes or something. But has anyone ever said bad vibes? Yeah? Twice? Twice? No, 3 times. It's been said 3 times. Once in 1984, once in 1985, and once in 2008. Bad vibes. The Earl of Swinton said it in the Apple and Pear Development Council review. And I don't know what extent means here. Mr. Whitney said it, and the Northern Rock and banking reform. This was being spoken about. Hang on, when did Goldman Sachs fail? So Goldman Sachs fell, triggering the 2008 Great Recession in September. So this was talking about some of the wobbles in Northern Rock that led up to, you know, the credit crunch and the Great Recession. The FSA and the bank had some bad vibes. Someone said, you know, why did we have to go through austerity when people were saying in advance, oh, 2007 was a precursor? Yeah, well, you can say after the fact it had bad vibes, I guess. All right. I want to find out about these old ones. I want to hear the Earl of Swinton say bad vibes. My lords, I hoped that I was not giving too confusing an answer. As I said, it is up to my right honourable friend, but I suspect that there are good vibes rather than bad vibes, if I can put it like that. What are you talking about? He was going to do a little advertising on his own in France for that particular apple. His idea was to take an aeroplane across, and on it he would have an individual cox with a little parachute on it, and a message that says, "Every little French tart deserves an English cox." Unfortunately, my lords, he lost his nerve at the last moment. What are you on about? What are you talking about? The Earl of Swinton. I want to find out more about the Earl of Swinton. He sounds mad. The Earl of Swinton. Oh no, I want to find the guy. Oh yeah, right. It's a position. It's not the name of a guy. It's a title. Oh well. It doesn't give his name. Who was the Earl of Swinton? It would have been this guy. Nicholas Cunliffe Lister, the 3rd Earl of Swinton. Give me an image. Rest in peace, you weird guy. Oh my god. This fucking guy. Save. Save image. Do you want this image? Remember, I'm gonna just save that. I don't know what I want him for. It's just a funny looking old guy. The Earl of Swinton. Save that. Use that in a project later. Is that Nicholas Parsons? No. It's come up with the Earl of Swinton. Hang on. No, it's in his obituary. No, it can't be Nicholas Parsons. This is the fucking obituary of the Earl of Swinton. So why would they put a... Oh, but just say Nicholas Parsons, BBC Radio. I was just died. What's going on here? Read the full article. Yeah, you're right. It was Nicholas Parsons. Yeah, you're right. It was Nicholas Parsons. This is the Earl of Swinton. Well, I'm going to delete this image of Nicholas Parsons. I thought he was the Earl of Swinton. What a fucking palaver. Nicholas Parsons, winner of the Household Brigade point-to-point race at Kemble, 1960 on Gundagai. Oh, I don't care. I've lost all interest in the Earl of Swinton. I no longer am interested in the Earl of Swinton. I'm proud to say. I got Parsons. Being Parsons is the new Rickroll. You have to misidentify Nicholas Parsons. Okay, bad vibes did come up, surprisingly. All right, let's go back to the top of this rainbow block. Okay. Jambud, can you open a poll, a prediction, please, for the phrase, just for saying you're English? Has anyone in Parliament ever said the phrase, just for saying you're English? I'm scattering about. We probably will search Himbo. My feeling is that Himbo won't have been said. I can't think of a context in which someone would say that. But we can do it next to people like people keen on seeing Himbo. Just for saying you're English. I feel like there's a lot of weird places this could have come up. Like, we might discover some weird debate, maybe. Is there any way I can ask for a search or see the results of a search? Yeah? Yeah, just say what you want me to search and I'll write it on this list. But I'll only do it if I think it's funny or good or would make an interesting prediction. I can't search all of them because I already have like 100 just from this stream. Weeaboo. Is Weeaboo? That's like an okay. It came from Penny Bible Fellowship, right? I don't know the real etymology of that. It's definitely not like a slur or anything. I just don't understand the word. I've become scared of it. There must have been some wild shit about Ireland pre-1900s. 100%. I've already accidentally stumbled into some debates about Rhodesia. So, yes, I think it's good to be careful when looking into the parliamentary records from 100% height of the empire, colonial Britain. Spooky stuff. I'm guessing we've done the vote. So we're looking up, just for saying you're English. Has anyone in Parliament ever said the phrase, just for saying you're English? Huh. Can you search for Lord Lucan? Which one was which guy was Lord Lucan? Let me finish this one. Has anyone ever said, just for saying you're English? Never. Sorry, anyone who said no, you can cash out. Let me just familiarize. Lord Lucan. When did he vanish? Who disappeared after being suspected of murder? Well, he would have come up because he was a lord, right? So people would have spoken to him. He was considered for the role of James Bond in the cinematic adaptations of Ian Fleming's novels. When did he go missing? When did he go missing? Disappeared in 1974. He could have been a Bond. But he'll come up though because he was a lord, so they'll be talking about him. I don't think it would be that exciting. All right, we'll do Himbo by popular request. Congrats to those skeptics who won big there on the prediction. When you are ready, Jambird, can you open up a poll for Himbo? Has anyone ever said Himbo in Parliament? In 200 years, although I suspect if they did say it, they said it quite recently. Oh wow, it's 10:15. I think I'll select the last few. Maybe we'll do like 5 or so more. I like Weeaboo, but I think Waifu is funnier. And it's similar. It's similar enough. I want Waifu. I don't know what else I want. Lots of people are saying yes. Or one big spender is saying yes. I want to look at this guy. It would be boring though, Killian. They're going to talk about it. They're going to talk about it in terms of loot crates and encouraging children to gamble. They're going to talk about it just in terms of its prevalence and user base. They're going to talk about it in moral panics about kids being indoors too much and playing games, and they'll bring up Fortnite because it's what young kids play. I just don't see the interest. Ooh, what kind of pie did you eat? Okay. I think this is a moonshot, but has anyone ever said himbo in Parliament? That's stupid. That's really stupid. 1997? What? 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 Okay, why did they say himbo? I am honoured to be in this place representing the people of Romford in the London Borough of Havering. The stereotype of Essex man and woman, of bimbo and himbo, with white stilettos and white socks, has become a joke. Romford is like anywhere else, a mixture of people, all trying to do the best for themselves and their family. The people of Essex are not just bimbos and himbos, they are strivers. Mrs. Eileen Gordon of Romford. I had to check that I did not have my fluffy slippers and dressing gown on when I walked into the chamber. She's trying to have a personality. I bet if we find her... Yes, maiden speech. Of course it is. I think if you were to zoom forward and see what her speeches are like, I would love to hear her in like 2 years. All of this character is going to be gone from this. And she is going to be a decrepit, lurching, groaning figure like the rest of them. I can't believe Himbo was in there. That was a big upset. Anyone who voted for Himbo to be in there was committing suicide, and yet they've come back stronger. Okay, what do I want? What do I want? I want one of these which is more like a really weird phrase for someone to say. I've decided that a funny thing happened here on the way here is actually boring. Have your wife, guys, already been done. Absorbing accidents, too silly. Just won't appear. We need something that might appear. Put that down. Now that I'm a bit older and wiser, I think put that down will come up in really boring sentences. Like, when I brought up the suggestion that we increase income tax by 1%, he put that down to a mere desire to I can't even bother to come up with the rest of the sentence. You know, Harambe. Yeah, I am curious. Harambe really plausibly could come up. I genuinely think it somehow could have got into Parliament. It was huge, Harambe. Please put that away. I quite like that as well. These are the last four, I think. All right. Very divorced. And then that's that. I will not allow this list to go over 5. I don't want to go too late. We have 5 left. We are starting with very divorced. That speech is cited in Wikipedia as the first instance of himbo. That's where the phrase comes from. Wow. We've done proper history. That's amazing. Himbo comes from Parliament. It comes from the maiden speech. Let's find it again. Mrs. Eileen Gordon coined himbo in her maiden speech. And now, I'm just going to pop on Twitter. See how many people have said himbo in the last 24 hours. Himbo. Well, the first tweet is from someone called Himbo Wolf. Then there's Himbo Core. Then there's the Aspiring Himbo, Crazy Wine Himbo. Himbo isn't coming up as a tweet. It's coming up as people's identity. Oh, watch out for porn. I have... Yeah, good. Yeah, Twitter off the screen. Is this porn? More of a thirst trap. It's more horny than borny. I didn't know. I didn't know it was for porn. I thought it was for just hot guys who were really stupid. I didn't know. I'm really naive. Do you know I once got booked to? Just to any Raider people still around. I'm a comedian. That's how I know Zaffa Cakes. And I once got booked to do a private gig. And it turned out it was a fetish party. It was a social event for people who were meeting up via a website called Fet Life. And I spent my entire set just talking about just how scared I was, how scared and vanilla and sexlessly plain I am, and they liked it, I think. I think they liked it. I think they felt sorry for me. For munchers, I don't want to know any more of what you're talking about. We've got... Listen, this is my sex. We're searching the Hansard at night. This is it for me. This is my life. Oh, yes. Sorry, I forgot what we're doing. We've predicted yes. Whether you win the gear when they're sat, no. But you can also tell... You know, when you rock up in the place and you look at everyone, you're like, yeah, sure. This is what I expected you to look like. You seem the type. The types. There was more than one person. Can you imagine if it was one person? Has anyone said the words very divorced in Parliament ever? Yes. Very divorced has been said 3 times. That's surprising. Why? It's been said once in 1977, once in 2000, and once in 2007. once in a debate about the European Assembly, once in a debate about Parliament and the executive, and once in the local government Lions inquiry. Is there a context to this that I don't understand? Oh, of course. I may be alone in believing that if one has an elective representative assembly in Europe which does not have the dual mandate, which is not locked into its own political system, one will very soon produce a totally unrealistic and very divorced assembly of people. Boring, isn't it? Divorced. Where in reality, the public feels very divorced from it. For example, one thinks of national insurance, which is very divorced from what it was originally intended to pay for. Fine, fine, fine. Boring, boring, boring. You win. I am unsatisfied. We found, we searched for treasure. We opened the box. And what's in there? Bread. X marks the spot. Dig it up. Open the treasure chest. Oh. It's just some day saver tickets. It's coupons. It's an Amazon gift voucher. All right, let's get ourselves excited again. Please, can we open up? Well, I like bread as well, but I wouldn't dig a big hole for a loaf. That's just me, though. Can we please get a prediction going? Has Parliament ever said waifu in 200 years? Has the word waifu ever come up? Now, I honestly could go either way. Because I think there could be a moral panic about anime-addicted social dropouts. Or, yeah. I think there could be something. I don't think it's mega likely, but I've been around the block a few times. You can't always predict the Hansard. You gotta let the Hansard come to you, I don't think Parliament is extremely online. Well, I don't think it is, but I think it takes terms from extremely online when it's trying to make a moral panic about kids being extremely online. That's the context in which I think it is. I don't think we're talking about waifus like they're discussing Aerith versus Tifa. I think they're going to be talking about it in terms of panicking about teenagers. Anyway, I'm probably wrong. I think it's not going to appear, but if it was, it would be in that context. We'll see. In 200 years of UK parliamentary debate, has anyone said waifu? No, of course not. Of course not. Very silly. Yiffing, my belief are yiffing, absolutely no chance in hell. Furry, definitely. Furry, 100%. Has appeared. Are Aerith and Tifa waifus? I think Aerith and Tifa were the original waifus, weren't they? They were the OG waifus. I always associate waifus with, internet boys talking about which female character in a media property they like the most. And when I think about that, I think of Tifa Aerith debates. They were the original waifus. And I think Aerith versus Tifa, I think you could tell a lot about a pasty teenager by their choice. Do you reckon anime is in it? 100%. 100%. Surely the original Asuka versus Rei. It took a while, though, for that to... Evangelion came out first. But I think for that to be, as popular in the West as Final Fantasy VII took a while. This is a whole different conversation, though. What are we doing? Well, no, the idea is, I can't believe we're talking about what waifu means. If you really like, so Aerith and Tifa are both characters from Final Fantasy VII, and if you really, and they're both displayed as like potential love interest to the main character, who of course is a self-insert for you. Although not that much. He's not a silent protagonist. Cloud's no Link. He's very gobby and annoying. Anyway, depending on your preference, you would describe your preferred female character as your waifu. And by saying that, you're also displaying that you are personally attracted to them, I reckon. I reckon if you say to someone your waifu, it means like, I'm horny for this fictional character. That's my understanding. But it's like saying they're your favourite. Like, waifu is top tier, top preference, and all the other ones are just people. just people. Waifu. That was a hard no for waifu, wasn't it? I'll search weeaboo out of curiosity. No. And weeb? No. Okay, no. We got 3 votes to go. Can we get a prediction up, please, for look at this guy? I think... Wow, I'm not giving my thoughts. Look at this guy. Has anyone ever said, look at this guy in Parliament? Okay, some small votes coming in for yes. I think that's people willing to throw everything away. Quite a lot of votes came in for yes. I think you guys are lunatics. The thing I would say... The thing I would say is... Do you think Michael Gobe's a weeb? I don't think so. I don't think so. And if he was... he would be into 80s and 90s mecha anime and have no knowledge of anything outside of that. You know, I don't think he'll ever would have seen, you know, he won't know Puella Madoka Magica or, for instance, anything like that. It'll be pure old mecha stuff. It'll be Gundam. Michael Gove won't have watched anything outside of Gundam, I think. All right, this is... pointless conversation. The predictions have been cast. The reason I think no is because of I was saying that this guy. That's actually a really online thing. I think that's like a Twitter way of talking. I don't think an MP would say this guy. That's why I would tend towards no. Look at this guy. And let's talk about Guy Fawkes. Those little effigies of Guy Fawkes. Remember when Jeremy Hunt said, my wife is Japanese, but she isn't? No. Oh, no, I vaguely remember it. Look at this guy's never been said. Sorry, everyone. Jeremy Hunt, my wife is Japanese. The Foreign Secretary, Jeremy Hunt, mistakenly referred to his wife as Japanese during a visit to Beijing. Oh, he just fluffed his words. He just minced his words while talking and immediately corrected himself. That sounds a lot worse than it actually is. I don't know. I think if you're a bit of an idiot and you've been sent to China to be a foreign delegate, you'll just say stupid stuff because you're nervous. It's bad, but I don't think it like necessarily I don't know why I'm defending a Tory here. I just think it could just be an accident. Saying your wife's Japanese for clout. But no, it's not for clout, is it? Because if you've gone to China to establish diplomatic relationships with them, saying my wife is actually from one of your historical enemies. My wife is actually from a country that you've historically not always had peaceable relationships with. And still, you know, I think diplomatic relations between Japan and China could be a bit iffy at times. There's no clout. It's anti-clout. Yeah, I think of all the things to criticise Jeremy Hunt for, let's go for his voting record and the people who were dead as a result of stuff he voted for. This is just a slip up. Look at this guy. No. Next, can we get a prediction for Harambe? Well, no, they don't, Oracle, but it's... I don't think it necessarily speaks to him thinking that the two nations are interchangeable. I just think he could just be really nervous. The fact that he said something like, why did I just say that? And then just corrected himself. I don't think speaks to like some deeper attitude. Because I think when you're nervous, you just say nonsense. Like, I don't think he actually mixed up those two countries because the moment he said it, it's like, why am I saying that? He literally just, it looked like he had just started a meeting with President, what's his name? What's the guy? Xi Jinping. I don't think he's bricking it. I think he's... is Xi at the time. He's not a recent appointment, is he? Xi Jinping's been around for a while, hasn't he? When did Xi Jinping get in? Yeah, since 2012. Yeah, 100%. This is 2018. Is Harambe a place? Pete? Excuse me? Harambe was a little guy. Harambe is a place. I mean, I just don't know anything. Harambe place. It's a made up place in Disney. Harambe is not a real place. It's a fictional East African village. And R.I.P. Harambe, a 2019 song by Elon Musk. This is awful. Okay. Has anyone ever said Harambe in Parliament? I could go either way. How do people vote on this? No, no, yes, yes. But I just don't think people are voting to win. I think people are voting based on these weird deal or no deal style numerology, fantastical heuristics. Harambe. Once. Hang on. 2003. When did Harambe die? When did Harambe die? 2016. So what are they talking about here? Because the only other thing that Harambe refers to is a fictional African village invented by Disney. Southern Africa. Lord Howell of Guildford. What? Maybe there is a place. I am involved with the Langa Langa Scholarship Fund and the Harambe School Fund. Okay, prediction. Harambe means something in a language, a language native to East Africa. And that's why, because a lot of the Disney fake African stuff is, I think it's a lot of it's repurposed Swahili. I think even Simba is like Swahili for lion or something. And Timon and Pumbaa the same. So this is probably Swahili that got used in Disney and also just comes up as a word used in the school fund. Harambe is a Swahili term for communal labour. Harambe is Swahili. The word Harambe, with two E's, means all pulled together in Kenya's... in Kiswahili, Kenya's national language. Harambe is a type of self-help event that is deeply ingrained in the moral compass of the country. The word means all pulled together. Oh, okay, there we go. So annoying that they say West Africa. Sort of. I don't know. You never really know, right? Because this is where the difficulties of colonialism come in. Because, for one, obviously you've got a lot of like colonial people. I mean, this is the Lord, so I don't actually expect that they're being observant of stuff. But you've got this thing where like colonial powers drew up those borders, so those borders are really arbitrary. So if you are just to say like Kenya, it doesn't always helpfully describe like ethnic or cultural borders, or even geography that well. So you do find that people end up using different terms, but I don't know if that's what's going on here. I don't know, bit of a weird one. Scar's real name is Taka. What do you mean real name? How can a cartoon lion have a real name? Like a name. I don't know what that means. Anyway, Harambe does turn up. It's not funny, but it's sort of interesting. And then last, we're at the end of the night now. The books. I had no idea The Lion King was based on the book. Have you seen that conspiracy theory that all of the film The Lion King is lifted from an anime called Kimba, the White Lion? Lion King is also ripped off of Jungle Taite, aka Kimba. No, I think the Kimba thing is a myth. Are we doing please put that away? Yes, because I want it to be a command. If it's just put that away, I think it can be part of a longer, more boring sentence. I want please put that away. PD, I disagree. The Lion King did not come from Kimba. I think it's very similar in places. Kimba is a long-running series with hundreds of episodes. How can it be? Of course it'd be similar in places. Like, I don't know how many running hours there are of Kimba. And there were multiple film spin-offs. I don't hate Kimba, but I don't think Lion King is a rip-off of Kimba. I think it's this weird myth. I think it's based on a misconception that Kimba... I'm not defending Disney. There can be criticisms of Disney that are false. And I don't think as a Disney hater, I have to agree with false criticisms. Anyway, I can tell that the night's going off piste because this has gone on too long. So, our last vote here is going to be please put that away. I want the please on the front because I think put that away is going to be used as a little fragment in longer, more boring sentences about political proceduralism. I have heard about the complaints as well. I don't know. I ended up falling down a rabbit hole on the whole Kimber Simba Lion King thing. And I think a lot of the main criticisms seem really superficial to me. But it's true that Disney has pilfered from Eastern artists and animators for a long time. Okay. Please put that away. Has anyone ever said the phrase, please put that away, in Parliament in 200 years? Please put that away. No, never. Cash out, one big win for the nose. Can we try to put that away? Yeah, we can. I got a strong feeling it's going to bring up... I've got a strong feeling we're going to see 20 results and they'll be a bit boring. Okay, we got a few. The installation of smoke detectors bill. Order. The honourable member must put that away. Well, no, we might have found something here. Put that away. I hope the House now feels sufficiently moved by the weight of public opinion in favour of this cheap and simple device to give my bill a first reading, so that the reassuring noise given off by a smoke detector, such as the one I hold aloft now, then there's an interruption, and they're like, please, can you put the smoke detector away? Please, I don't want a smoke detector going off. And while I talk, I'm just going to have a smoke detector going off. Yes, sorry, can you not do that? What do you mean a reassuring noise? Smoke detectors only make noise under two circumstances. The battery's low, in which case it does a beep, or it's going off to tell you there's fire. I mean, what has he got? An everything's okay alarm? I do want to see any of the put that away. I just don't know what noise it could have been made. The reassuring noise given off by a smoke detector. No idea. I just don't know why he thought to get out a smoke detector. Do you know there's radioactive material in smoke detectors? And so you're not allowed to buy loads of them because you could make a big bomb. That's not the kind of information I should spread, actually. I should keep that to myself. When was this? 1999. Yeah? Should we bet on how many you could buy from one shop? No, I think I'm playing with fire here. Let's not. Yeah, I almost looked at porn and I'm telling you how to make a bomb. It's probably time to go to bed. Those are red flags for bedtime. Isn't it just tritium? I don't know. I don't know. I can feel myself being too tired, and I'm making unwise decisions with what I say. Yeah, I think I won't go on to do anything late tonight. I'm still kind of tired from the last couple of weeks. I don't know what the plans are for the rest. Let's like reset. Let's get out of here. Let's just talk quietly. Yeah, let's get some horrible. Maybe we'd all feel reassured by. I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of this week. I'm still kind of tired. Presumably I'll do something on Friday. Technically Saturday should be a hack game, but I think we're going to not do hack game this month because I don't want to do any more prep for a stream. Oh, and it's Eurovision, so it's just not a good month to do hack game. Hack game will come back next month. Probably something on Friday. Probably pretty low key. Probably me messing around. Probably me faffing around. Big faff. Sunday's your birthday. Well, a preemptive happy birthday. Am I the Jordan Brooks of Hack Game? No, because you will be dethroned soon. And you are still tied with PD for one Hack Game victory. Can we get a HBJR in the chat, please, for happy birthday, Josie Russell? And if you have joined the stream for the first time tonight and want to see what we're up to in the future, if by some miracle hours of Hansard searches has... Thank you very much.
My brain is utterly fucked.
Thank you for the subscription to Walking Clock. If you do want to join our Discord, we hang out there, we're friendly, we chat, and you'll have input on whatever it is I'm doing next. Although my desired input is that you say, great idea, I'll watch that. And that's most of your input. That would be my ideal. But I know the world's not always built that way. So feel free to pop in and say hello. We are nice, and I know for sure that I am kind. Oh yeah, and we got the ticker, which we forgot about. Do one stream without the ticker, and it's as good as gone. That's it really. Any more admin to cover? Probably not. The Bandcamp album, I've been told I'll be getting that last file soon. I was told it might come through today. I don't have it, but I will keep. Next Thursday is, yes, so probably not so many streams next week. Maybe just when I have time, because I'll be doing two live shows, and then the week after I've got London. I've got London on the Saturday. Oh, nice, Jumper. Thanks for putting that in there. Yeah, that's good. That's smart. Great. I can't think of any more admin to cover, and if there is, I'll put it in the Discord. One last link to the Discord that people can just get zapped by me when I'm doing more streams. Probably something on Friday, but it will be chill, which I'm guessing I'm using as a euphemism for boring. But I'll be having fun. At least I'll be having fun. Okay, who's around? Angel's always streaming at this time, but she's always doing a quiz. And I feel like you can't just drop into a quiz. Because you can't participate if you're not here for the beginning. Ruffled Bricks is trying to get the world record on Worms Armageddon still. Do you want to see that? Oh, no. He's just leaving. Who's around? I need to follow more people. I need to have more choices. Let's pop in on. I disconnected Dan. I just can't find a. Caro's playing Spiritfarer. That would be nice. Yes, sorry, D Dan. Please say hello to Caro Corner, and please tell Caro that the phrase himbo was coined in 1997. I'm not very good at sending people raid messages. The one I've decided is that we're going to tell Caro that the phrase. It wasn't? I thought it was. It's on Wikipedia that it was coined. It wasn't. 1997. Imbo? Fake news? Is that fake news, really? There are citations from 1988. Well, just go and say hello. Just go and say hello. We don't need to be spamming anything. You don't have to reference the Hansard at all. You know, just be chill, okay? As ever, when you go into the channel, just act normal, okay? Just try and act like normal guys, and you'll make me so proud. Good night, everyone. See you later.